Here's the thing. Everybody was like, that HBO brand, PU.
PU.
What we want is half of the word Cinemax.
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Like the thing that all of us felt like was cool and like had a cool intro and is kind of in all of our kid brains as like prestige, awesome. Oh, let's take that all the way away.
Right. Remember that animated thing where you would go through the city in the starry night and it'd end up and it would say Max. Please welcome to the stage. She plays a TV sister I love more than my own. That stinks. She doesn't listen. But no, she will because of the whole Bennett thing. I'm fucked. Please welcome the uproarious Edi Petterson. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
Hi.
having me. Hi.
Hi. Come right here. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hi.
You're currently on the Righteous Gemstones.
That's right.
Skewering a family of obscenely rich evangelicals racked by greed, jealousy, and a lust for power. Bunch of phonies. If Trump watched the show, do you think he'd get it?
I don't actually. I don't think you would get it.
Yeah, he might not. I don't think he. Yeah, he might not see the irony in it.
Yeah. I don't think he would.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's not for him.
It's not for him. In fact, don't watch it.
Or maybe he'd be just jealous of the wigs.
Jealous of the wigs?
Yeah.
He would be jealous of the wigs for sure. There's good wigs.
I want to talk to you about this headline I saw about your portrayal of Judy Gemstone.
Okay.
The deeply normal person behind TV's most insane maniac.
That one was surprising to me. This is a very nice article, but I was like, deeply normal. I don't know if I've ever been called that.
You don't think of yourself as, I don't know, what is normal?
I don't know. I think maybe what this person meant was like somewhat nice.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Because I was nice and happy to talk to him. And
Yeah, I know Matt. I've been on Matt's show. He's never called me normal. I've been nice.
Okay. Well, I don't know what his criteria was then.
But you also have a trick you use to combat stage fright, which is something you tell yourself.
Yeah.
And I think it might be a useful tip for people.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If I am doing something and like the fear creeps in, I have to get myself all the way down the road to remembering that we're all gonna die, and then I have to go even a step further and go, and none of us know when, and it could be tonight for me, so I might as well fucking let it rip.
Wow.
But I do have to go all the way to like, we're all gonna die someday. And then I've since found out, that was a thing. Maybe in the 20s, it was that was a cool mindset, and they would have like jewelry with like memento mori on it, like skulls and things.
Oh.
And the whole vibe was that of like, hey, we're all gonna die. Let's party.
Maybe it's a little bit of a kind of post-Spanish flu, World War I ethos. Maybe something we could use right now because we're
yes.
maybe that's because we're still kind of, we all are. We had a trauma globally.
Yeah.
And we all know that it had a profound effect on us, but we have trouble describing it, and then everyone's just a bit meaner when they drive.
Yep. Yeah. A bit meaner when they drive, or like you keep waking up when you should be asleep.
Yeah.
Or like you feel like worried about things that are maybe normal, or just like weird things. I don't know. I'll find like the anxiety pops up in the weirdest way. I'll like wake up in the middle of the night and go like, was I a bad friend in 8th grade? Or, you know what I mean? Just weird shit.
Well, you were.
Probably.
You had a lot to
honestly,
learn.
Though, I was pretty nice.
You
Yeah.
You were nice.
So maybe he was right.
I didn't have a lot of friends in 8th grade. I now become obsessed. I'd become a meticulous researcher. That my way of escaping the news is the deepest amount of like, I will. This is so bougie and gay. I'll just
let's get into it.
I will, when I say that, like, if you tried to show me a dessert plate that exists on the internet, I'd be like, who do you think you're fucking talking to? I obviously know that dessert plate. I considered it. on my fucking vision board for this table. And it didn't fit with the color scheme. Look at the color scheme. Look at it. Do you see pastels? No. You see a rich, warm colorscape. You dumb motherfucker.
So that's what you're researching is dessert plates?
Just crazy specific tiny items. Like I needed Pilates socks.
Okay, I'm listening.
So many tabs. So many tabs. And at some point it's like 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We've got Love It or Leave It the next day.
Yeah.
You're doing a one-person improv show at the Groundlings Theater next week.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. I interviewed Josh Gad, who I made a show with many years ago about his book, and he was pretty frustrated with the experience because he wrote a whole book about his career, and I didn't mention Olaf even one time. I focused mostly on he plays Olaf in Frozen. That's a big success for him. I really focused on his early failures. Because who wants to hear about success? Oh, wow, you're Olaf? Great,
oh, cool.
That's awesome. Love that for you. It's cool
Bet
to
that's
be
going
Olaf.
great. Did you make a ton of money?
And so I was like, so he was in the Groundlings, but he didn't get graduated up.
Yeah. I think he was in the school at some point.
Yeah, but they didn't move him up.
No.
They said, fuck off.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you graduated.
Yeah, I'm a main company alum of the
Wow.
Groundlings. But there's
So you must be so much funnier than him. I'm so dead. All right.
Let's talk about my animated franchise. Yeah, I don't think it means that, but yeah, I think he was in the school at some point, but not when I was there. So
how does you're an improviser. We were talking backstage about how much you want to improvise in circumstances that are scripted, and like what's that like?
Well, when something's scripted and I know it's scripted and everyone else knows it's scripted, that's awesome. But like that's just an acting job. And then usually, like with my show, we would do everything as scripted. I'm a writer on the show as well. We would do everything as scripted, but then when we got it, when we knew we had it, then we would get permission to sort of improvise and find what's there. And that's always like my full on dreamy, happy place. But if something, kind of what we were talking about is, if something is passing itself off as this is all improvised, but it's actually very strictly written, it takes me to like a uncanny valley in my head, and my brain sort of breaks.
Can I ask you maybe this is too technical question, but sometimes, if you are improvising,
Yeah.
are you ever sort of like, oh, we found something really great when we were so you're shooting in both directions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever say like, oh, you know what? Don't forget. We found something so fucking funny that I said, but we were shooting you. When we come around, let's make sure we get at the other direction so we have both ways, or are you just, is it just like whatever you find, and if you didn't get it, you didn't get it?
You know what? That's usually my take is like, we're going to find what we find. But if there was something that seemed to bubble up that seemed true and right, usually the director will tell you like, hey, make sure we get that
because it was
again.
so good.
Yeah, or it just was right.
Love It or Leave It is brought to you by Prolon. Are you considering changing up your health routine? Do you find yourself saying, I want to lose weight or I want to be healthier, but nothing really sticks? Then you need Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet program. And now Prolon has upped the game with Next Gen, packing the same science-backed benefits into a cleaner, more convenient, and tastier format. Prolon is a plant-based nutrition program featuring soups, snacks, and beverages designed to nourish the body while keeping it in a fasting state, triggering cellular rejuvenation and renewal. Next Gen builds on the original Prolon with 100% organic soups and teas, a richer taste, and ready-to-eat meals. With Prolon Next Gen, you get everything you need prepackaged or ready to go. Each order of Prolon's 5-day program comes with 5 boxes labeled by day, so you know what to eat each day. Developed over decades at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by U.S. medical centers, Prolon has been shown to support biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, and energy. To help you jumpstart a plan that delivers real results, Prolon is offering Love It or Leave It listeners an exclusive chance to be among the first to try Next Gen, with 15% off site-wide plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe to their 5-day program. Just visit prolonlife.com/loveit. That's PROLONLIFE.com/loveit LONLIFE.com/Lovett to claim your 15% discount and your bonus gift, prolonlife.com/Lovett.
Now, obviously, we all are watching every great scripted show on, I believe it's called Max now. But what is... here's the thing. Everybody was like, that HBO brand, PU.
PU.
What we want is half of the word Cinemax.
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Like the thing that all of us felt like was cool and like had a cool intro and is kind of in all of our kid brains as like prestige, awesome. Oh, let's take that all the way away.
Right. Remember that animated thing where you would go through the city in the starry night and it'd end up and it would say Max.
Huh.
Remember that? Wait, but what are your like unscripted reality shows?
My biggest right now is Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, dude.
I need
Without
to
a
watch the
doubt.
new season. I love them.
Me too.
I love them.
So you've seen all this new season?
I haven't caught up to this most recent season, but
Okay.
I'm fully watched up to, and like my last, I watched the safari trip. That's my last experience.
Oh man, get ready. This season is the best yet.
There's a sentence that one of the characters says, which is just a reminder of why the show is so amazing, because it's this perspective that's so useful to see and understand and appreciate. But she says, "That's interesting, but I'm not interested."
Yeah. Yeah. It's
What
awesome.
you're saying is interesting, but I'm not interested.
It's so awesome.
What could it mean? Let it soak in. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's just like it's almost like a way more eloquent and beautiful agree to disagree. It's like, yeah, you have worth. I see what you're saying is intelligent and or fascinating and or colorful. It's not landing on me in any way.
Right. It's not what you're making. What you're producing. My not being interested is no reflection on you. It's a reflection on me, and that's okay.
Oh, it's the best. The way they talk that way on their dates, the fact that they just out and out will go, I don't think we have it like that, but we'd like to be friends. And then they learn things for like, if you kind of never want to see the person again, you just go like, it was really nice to meet you. The fact that they just do it and that there's no, it's not ever going to land on someone wrong because they're just saying the truth.
Well, that's what I think when I see those early dates is, oh, actually what neurotypical people do is spend months, if not years, getting to the place of trust where they can be as honest as these people are on their first date. I was out to dinner once on a date with someone I'd been seeing for a while, and all of a sudden I was hit with an incredible panic attack, and I said, I just realized I need to go home and write an apology email. Just got up and walked out of that Korean barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could be on there could be There are shows that make less sense for me to be on.
Same. Yeah. So you've seen the other seasons, you know, James with the hair.
Incredible.
There's an earlier season where he like can't find his keys or something, and he's just got such awesome and immediate and visible overwhelm sometimes. And there's so many noises that go with it. And like, I have less noises and stuff, but like my anger spikes just as high and my overwhelm spikes just as high. I was watching him have that sort of like a little bit of a breakdown in a previous season. My mom was with me and I paused it and I was like, did you ever wonder, like, just for me, and I want you to tell me, did you ever wonder like maybe I'm somewhere on... And she said, no, she didn't. But I do find a lot of commonalities.
Yeah. My mother always used to say that I'd either be incredibly successful or live at home. And there was no in between.
Yes.
And by the way, she saw both. Now, Judy Gemstone is a towering pillar of unearned confidence, an unquenchable flame of delusional self-conviction, a woman of completely baseless faith. So she's honestly the perfect person to survive living in America right now. Now, we wanted to ask you to embody that energy in a segment we're calling Spin and Bear It. AKA 7 Deadly Spins.
Ooh, I like us. I like us
look
there.
at us. Look at those
Okay.
arms. Wow. I like how I look in that. Damn it. All right.
Me too.
So we're going to give you some recent news stories.
Okay.
All right. And your job is to give us the spin, the bright side, the silver lining. Here
Great.
we go.
Do you want the headline back as a headline?
It's whatever you want to
Okay.
do to take
Great.
it and make it, find the good in it.
Okay, great.
First up, the Agriculture Department announced they will yank a rule limiting the amount of salmonella in the nation's raw poultry. The Biden-era plan was intended to reduce the estimated 125,000 salmonella infections from chicken and 43,000 from turkey that Americans contract each year.
Hey, guys. Here's the thing. Everyone's crazy about Ozempic, Wegovy, you name it. But all you have to do is really just eat your lunch the way you would eat your lunch. Have a chicken sandwich, have your holiday meals, and just if you end up barfing your brains out for a good month, then the government has done you a favor. Check, please.
Yeah, that's such an important point. Salmonella was the semaglutide
Yeah,
of our ancestors.
that's right.
It's the ancient way. It's the ancient way. All right, next up. The Department of Health and Human Services ordered a federal research lab dedicated to studying infectious diseases to stop research immediately. RFK Jr.'s agency paused indefinitely the integrated research facility, one of the few federal labs studying what? Ebola, padlocking the lab's freezers and refusing to say when research could commence.
Hey guys, here's the good news. Now this closed down lab can be a movie set. And we'll send in a crew from the US, from Britain, and from Russia.
Wow.
And everyone has to make a movie for as long as you can until your crew starts dying. Whoever wins this reality competition gets to take over the factory.
Wow. The Ebola factory.
The Ebola factory.
Take over the Ebola factory. It's a little bit like a Willy Wonka situation.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a golden ticket thing.
That's right. And
Do you
it's
ever-
not the best movie. It's how much crew did you have left?
Right. How did
Yeah.
you survive the movie making
Totally.
experience? Do you ever see the movie Outbreak starring Dustin Hoffman and Morgan Freeman?
Sure.
And Rene Russo and Kevin Spacey? Doesn't matter. He was in it. That's the facts. It's our history. It's about the Mutaba virus.
Mutaba?
But it's based on Ebola. And it turns out that the government had been doing research on the Mutaba virus. And the Mutaba virus mutated when airborne.
A lot of people watched that during COVID.
They did. It was that and then one where Gwyneth Paltrow dies.
Sliding doors?
No, she lives in both outcomes of sliding doors, mostly. There's a third sliding door where she gets hit by the train, but they cut it for time. That was the cool part about sliding doors. There was the one where she's a brunette and one where she's blonde and one where she dies kind of split. You know, like the train, she's still alive until they pull the
Kinda
train
like a magic
off.
trick.
Yeah, but like
Okay.
she's alive.
Okay.
But they come and give last rites because
Dang.
because once they bring the airbag to push the train off, that's when all the bottom falls.
Whoa.
Because what happens is when people fall between the train and the platform and the train's moving, everything gets fucking destroyed.
Wow.
But you're held alive.
Dang. I mean, I guess I fell asleep before that part.
Yeah, they cut it for time. As I said. Trump shut down a program to stop raw sewage from backing up into Alabama homes because he called it illegal DEI. Here are some facts from the AP story. For the last 14 years, when it rains in Loudon County, Alabama, contaminated standing water builds up around Ann Burke's home. When the septic tank breaks down, raw sewage backs up into her toilet. Although frustrated, Burke says she doesn't let it get her down.
Well, hey guys, Ann Burke, actually, what she doesn't realize is she's sitting on a gold mine. Because come October, you can go to Ann Burke's haunted sewage house.
Ooh.
All she has to do is hire some high school kids to like put, fake blood on their faces, a couple of skin hanging off, whatever.
Sure.
And then they just chase people through her house. And the whole thing is you push them into the bathroom and the toilet starts to like bubble. And then you get raw sewage on you.
Uh-huh.
And then you have like,
That's scary.
yeah, but then it's that old time Wegovy Ozempic thing where like you will get sick for a month. So not only did you get a good scare for Halloween, but you're going to get so skinny.
Right. That's so important, and that's what it's all about. It's all about getting
That's
skinny.
right. It's all about getting skinny.
That's what it's all about. It's all about, if you take nothing from this conversation,
God.
it is all about getting skinny. We did the show, Love It or Leave It, this show, the one you're on. We
Yes,
did it,
this one.
This one. During the pandemic, we're still in a pandemic, calm down, but we did the show in my backyard, and my parents were visiting,
cool.
and then I'm not gonna lay any blame or cast aspersions, but raw sewage started spilling out of the side of my house right before I can't remember, it might have been the cast of Severance was gonna arrive at my house. According to the AP, a climber had to be airlifted with altitude sickness from near the peak of Japan's Mount Fuji. He then tried again, returning to the slope. He returned at about 3,000 meters above sea level to look for his cell phone and other belongings that he'd left behind. He was found by another climber, unable to breathe, and he had to be evacuated a second time.
The good news is he did get his phone.
He did get his phone.
He did get his phone, and he had a bunch of texts that he hadn't seen.
Yeah, like how was the hike?
Yeah.
That is so
He
embarrassing.
lost both his hands.
He did.
But
He did.
he has his phone.
He does. He was very
And
cold.
he's skinny.
He's so skinny. Thank you, Edi. Series finale of Righteous Gemstones is on Sunday night on Max. That was so funny.